Ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks away from No Mercy in Paris, France, we welcome you to the longest running weekly episodic television show in history. Welcome to Monday Night Raw live from the Staples Center here in Los Angeles, California. And epic proportions in the main event as Seth Rollins takes on the returning Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan returned from in-ring action last week. And Finn Balor will take on Bray Wyatt. It'll be the man versus the Eater of Worlds. SummerSlam rematch here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Big matches here tonight in the Staples Center, home of Money in the Bank a few months ago, on Monday Night Raw, as we get set for some one-on-one action with a man who's been really impressive over the couple of past weeks, despite losing those matches. Akira Tozawa. Last time we saw Akira Tozawa, he went one-on-one with the Intercontinental Champion Braun Strowman, and, well, I don't envy Akira Tozawa at all, but an opportunity is an opportunity. He was beaten by Braun Strowman. The smaller man was defeated by the bigger man. No surprises there, but Akira Tozawa has been impressive in that ring, and Eric Bischoff thinks that he's been impressive in that ring as well. He's given him another opportunity here tonight against another champion. We don't know who that man is. Eric Bischoff didn't reveal it. Akira Tozawa has to wait for this man, the newly crowned, the inaugural WWE television champion, Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler was the first casualty of the WWE Superstar shakeup when he was moved from SmackDown to Raw. In his first match on the Red brand, he won that Red Velvet, the WWE Television Championship. That title is exclusive to the Raw brand, as Dolph Ziggler is the inaugural champion. And Dolph Ziggler, what a hell of a trade from SmackDown to Raw. You didn't see Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown for a month, and then he made his triumphant return to Monday Night Raw, only to win the WWE Television Championship. And Dolph Ziggler, what an impact Dolph Ziggler has made thus far here on the Red brand, as Dolph Ziggler has his first match as WWE Television Champion here on Monday Night Raw, and it's against Akira Tozawa. And both these men facing off, and Dolph Ziggler, collegiate athlete, is in the Collegiate Wrestling Hall of Fame, as Ziggler has the arm of Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa, big star back down in Japan, down south in Japan, as Akira Tozawa has the arm of Dolph Ziggler, but Dolph Ziggler rolls through. Oh! And Akira Tozawa, in the southeast of the world, Akira Tozawa made his name for himself in Japan, as Akira Tozawa now is looking to fly Dolph Ziggler in a bad way. Oh! And a suicide dive through the ropes by Akira Tozawa. And Akira Tozawa now feeding off this crowd in the Staples Center. And if Akira Tozawa is able to beat a former World Heavyweight Champion and Dolph Ziggler, the current television champion, what does that mean for Akira Tozawa? Oh, but over the shoulder goes Akira Tozawa. And he's able to beat Dolph Ziggler, the current television champion. It could mean big things for Akira Tozawa. He could be in line for a WWE Television Championship match down the road. No Mercy, 2 weeks away. It's going to be live on the channel from Paris, live from Paris, France, as Akira Tozawa now has Dolph Ziggler up. Oh, but a knee right to the temple. Oh, and a knee right to the temple and a kick right to the gut. And Dolph Ziggler now, both men butting heads. And now Dolph Ziggler chopping at the bit, chopping away at the chest of Akira Tozawa. And now Ziggler, snap power slam by Dolph. And Dolph Ziggler, but Akira Tozawa kicks out at 2. And Dolph Ziggler has kind of been regarded for the past week, regarded as the handyman of Eric Bischoff. Oh, the knee right across the temple. was regarded by the handyman, Shelton Benjamin. Kind of alluded to Dolph Ziggler being the handyman of Eric Bischoff. And now the butterfly suplex, snap butterfly suplex by Dolph Ziggler. As Dolph Ziggler is beginning to feel the momentum, beginning to feel that he's in the driver's seat now, and the drop kick to Akira Tozawa. And Dolph, big elbow. And it's been kind of been a rocky road for Dolph Ziggler for the past year. He beat John Cena at Backlash. He was beaten by AJ Styles. He was pinned by AJ Styles at Battleground. We haven't seen Dolph Ziggler ever since. He came back on Raw. Came back on the red brand, and he took the WWE Television Championship. A title that's only exclusive to the Raw brand. Has Dolph Ziggler now. Was looking to finish Akira Tozawa, but Akira Tozawa now coming back with elbows, and a third elbow to Dolph. Dolph Ziggler having to take a breather, and I think Akira Tozawa's feeling the hype, and Akira Tozawa over the top rope to a tope suicida. Tope suicida by Akira Tozawa. He kind of landed awkwardly, but nonetheless, he got all of Dolph Ziggler. Got all of Dolph Ziggler in a back suplex, and a man like Akira Tozawa able to lift a man like Dolph Ziggler. And wait a minute. Oh, Dolph Ziggler with the speed. And it appeared like Akira Tozawa was going to go through the ropes again, but Dolph Ziggler was a little bit faster than Akira Tozawa. And a DDT spikes Akira Tozawa right on the top of his head. And Dolph Ziggler with a super kick. Ziggler with the super kick, and Dolph Ziggler puts away Akira Tozawa. And what a match, what a showing by Akira Tozawa, but Dolph Ziggler, the television champion, able to get out that predicament. He was in hot water with Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa was feeling the momentum, but Dolph Ziggler with the speed, able to gain the momentum and end the match. And Dolph Ziggler with a victory here in his resident state here, Los Angeles, California, as Dolph Ziggler. And look who's on the Titantron. And that is a match that I'm willing to see at No Mercy. And Tyler Breeze going low for Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler has a choice, but look who's in the building. It's Andrade Cien Almas, El Idolo. And it looks like, there is Elias, the Drifter. And Andrade Cien Almas. And it looks like these two men don't really like each other. Elias, the Drifter, we saw him at SummerSlam. We didn't see him the night after SummerSlam, though. But now we know that the Drifter is on the red brand on Monday Night Raw. And there is the WWE Women's champion, Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte, I'm going to speak here. Yes, that is true. Sasha Banks is out for 3 to 6 months with the knee injury. It was caused by Charlotte Flair. Sasha Banks is on the shelf. And Charlotte Flair going low as she could when it came to Bayley. And there is Bayley, who confronted Charlotte Flair last week on Raw. And Bayley, she's going to make her way down to the ring, and that's exactly what she's going to do. Making her way down to the ring to confront Charlotte, the WWE Women's Champion. And Bayley seems a little unsure. But wait a minute! Oh, that's Alexa Bliss! And Alexa Bliss with a kendo stick, and she's beating the life out of Bayley with that Singapore cane. Oh, God! And you saw it, Alexa Bliss, if you watch SmackDown Live, her and Bayley had a altercation, had an interaction, and it wasn't a positive one. As Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, the women's champion, just watching with probably with a smile on her face, and Alexa Bliss DDT Bayley right on that steel ramp. And Alexa Bliss trying to make a name for herself here on the main roster as she stares down the women's champion Charlotte. And Charlotte has some contenders gunning for that WWE Women's Championship. Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, one of the eeriest WWE superstars of today, probably of all time. Bray Wyatt makes his way down to the ring for his clash with the man, not the demon, but the man, Finn Balor. And this rivalry goes all the way back to Payback in April, when Bray Wyatt attacked Finn Balor during that fatal 4-way Universal Championship match between Balor, Seth Rollins, The Miz, and the champion Roman Reigns. And then the night afterward, Balor was attacked again by Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt would squander the opportunities of Finn Balor, interfering in Money in the Bank qualifying matches, Universal Championship number one contenders matches. Hell, even Intercontinental Championship number one contenders matches. Bray Wyatt has interfered in them. And Bray Wyatt stated his reasons to why he's attacked Finn Balor. Stated his reasons to why he is obsessed with Finn Balor. And it's that the demon is the reason why he's obsessed. The reason why he's so invested in Finn Balor. He wanted to absorb the demon from Finn Balor to become a more powerful being. And it all ended at SummerSlam for Finn Balor, and he defeated Bray Wyatt using the demon. The demon, last time we saw the demon was at WrestleMania 32. It's when he was beaten. The demon was beaten by Roman Reigns. And that's the last time we saw the demon before SummerSlam. And at SummerSlam, the demon came back. And the demon beat Bray Wyatt. And then the night afterward, Bray Wyatt said he wanted to face the man, Finn Balor. The man that he's already beaten before. Bray Wyatt has already beaten Finn Balor, the man. And can Bray Wyatt beat the man again? And Finn Balor, former Raw Tag Team Champion. And now we await for the man. And here is the man, Finn Balor, the extraordinary man that can do extraordinary things. But the most two important words that I just stated was the man. And Bray Wyatt wants to face that man right there. No face paint, no demon in sight. SummerSlam rematch here in Los Angeles, California, here in the Staples Center, home of SummerSlam for several years in the past. But now we will see the man, Finn Balor, versus the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, in a clash here on Monday Night Raw. And Finn Balor said that he's felt that pest, Bray Wyatt, is now off his back, but I think the pest has come back. Finn Balor wants to get it off his back once more. Another time, at Finn Balor, he stated his intentions to become the WWE Universal Champion. But he can't be the Universal Champion if he has Bray Wyatt continuously on his back, attacking him, wanting to fight with him. And that's why Finn Balor accepted the challenge made by Bray Wyatt last week on Raw. The man versus Bray Wyatt. Not the demon versus Bray Wyatt, but the man versus Bray Wyatt. Finn Balor probably set for the biggest fight of his life as the man. Yeah, he faced Roman Reigns for that Universal Championship at WrestleMania 32. Yes, he faced Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. But he did it as the man. He did it as the demon, excuse me. He didn't do it as the man. And we know what the man is capable of. We know what Finn Balor, the human Finn Balor, is capable of. And look at this. Look at this! And now Finn Balor not going to play into the games of Bray Wyatt. Forearms right to the face of Bray Wyatt. And now Finn Balor chopping away. Chopping away at Bray Wyatt. Oh! And the machine gun chops. Oh, and a jab. But back to what I was saying, we all know what Finn Balor is capable of. He beat Roman Reigns on that episode of Raw back in England. He beat him in that 45-minute match, non-title. It was the normal Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion. We know what Finn Balor is capable of as the human version, and we definitely know what he is capable of as the demon. As Bray Wyatt now is controlling Finn Balor. And Finn Balor, obviously the smaller man in this contest, as Bray Wyatt is shy of 295 pounds. Oh! And a chop as Bray Wyatt was trying to get control, and now Finn Balor. And I do not want to take chops by Finn Balor. And now Bray Wyatt. Oh! Drop toe hold by Bray Wyatt. Might be the bigger man, but he sure as hell moves like a cruiserweight. That's Bray Wyatt! And Bray Wyatt now using his weight, using his size, using his power as an advantage in this contest. And Finn Balor might just be in trouble. And remember, these two men faced off, the man versus Bray Wyatt at Money in the Bank. Ironically, it was in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where Finn Balor was beaten by Bray Wyatt. Can it happen again here? Wait a minute. Bray Wyatt was too big for Finn Balor to hit that stomp to. And now Wyatt, oh, with a right hook. Wyatt with that right hook, right to the skull of Finn Balor. And now Bray Wyatt is seeing it. Bray Wyatt is in control of this match. You just see Bray Wyatt controlling the predicament, controlling the situation. But Finn Balor now, back elbow, and now chops. A back elbow by Balor. 3 back elbows by Balor. Bray Wyatt is dizzy. Nobody home there. Not dizzy after all. And Bray Wyatt just throws Finn Balor across the ring. And now Wyatt gonna use his weight as an advantage. 270 plus pounds landing right onto your, landing right onto your torso, right onto your stomach, right onto your ribs at high velocity. You could not pay me to take a senton for Bray Wyatt, and now that was going to be elevated, but Finn Balor got out of that. Balor got out of that predicament, and now Balor tried to rush, but he can't try to find any moves to bring down the monster of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is still up on his feet. Still up on his feet, and Finn Balor now. Balor has Wyatt up, and he slams him down. Reverse lifting DDT by Finn Balor, and Balor now on the top. Balor is signaling the end here. Is it end game for Bray Wyatt? No, it's not. Coup de grace missed, and Sister Abigail. Sister Abigail by Bray Wyatt, but Finn Balor kicks out at 2. And Bray Wyatt just can't believe it. Cannot believe it. That Finn Balor was able to break through, break out of that. And now, Balor trying to get to his feet. But Bray Wyatt repeatedly telling Balor that he is the eater of worlds. And now, knee right to the gut. Knee right to the gut by Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, he sees it an opportunity, like he always does. Gonna seize an opportunity, but Finn Balor now, knee right to the kidney. Knee right to the kidney of Wyatt. And now Balor is feeling it. And a European uppercut by Wyatt. And now Balor, elbow by Balor. And a duck and a Pele kick. Pele kick to Bray Wyatt. And now, Wyatt is feeling the power, the strength of Finn Balor. Finn Balor might be strong, but might be small, but he sure as hell is strong. And a two-peg suicida over the top rope. And Finn Balor now wants Bray Wyatt out of his life. Can he get Bray Wyatt out of his life? Or will Bray Wyatt absorb Finn Balor? Oh, and a knee right to the gut. Right to the gut. And Balor, kick right to the side of the head. Kick right to the side of the head. And Finn Balor. And Finn Balor now. Chops right to Bray Wyatt in that corner. And you know Bray Wyatt's chest, you can't see his chest, but you know his chest is looking like ground beef right now. And Bray Wyatt, groggy, dizzy, doesn't know where he's at, but I spoke too soon. Commentators curse, as they like to call it. And another senton! Right to the ribs. And that's the second time, but Finn Balor now. Great strategy by Balor, trying to take out the legs of Bray Wyatt. And a chop right to the jaw. Right to the jaw. Bray Wyatt down. Bray Wyatt down and out here. Bray Wyatt seeing stars as Finn Balor's looking to rush. Balor rushing into the corner. Shotgun drop kick. Shotgun drop kick. And Finn Balor now. I don't think, and wait a minute. Bloody Sunday! Bloody Sunday by Finn Balor! Bloody Sunday, you don't see that too often! And Finn Balor looking to end it! Coup de grace! The coup de grace to Bray Wyatt! And Finn Balor puts away Bray Wyatt! And is Bray Wyatt finally out of the life of Finn Balor? And look at this shotgun drop. Boom! The shotgun drop kick, followed up by that Bloody Sunday, followed up by the coup de grace. And Finn Balor, what a victory for that young man. Finn Balor, up and coming superstar here in the WWE, here on the Red Brand. Finally Bray Wyatt gets his comeuppance. Here tonight is Bray Wyatt out of the head, out of the life of Finn Balor. Finn Balor, this man. And now he could set his sights to the WWE Universal Championship. But wait a minute, in the ring! And what, who the hell are these guys? And they're attacking Bray Wyatt. And wait a minute, I think I know who they are. That's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And they like to call that the Magic Killer. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson from New Japan Pro Wrestling. They're here on Monday Night Raw, and they just dispersed Bray Wyatt. And these are Finn Balor's running buddies. and a monumental announcement from the general manager's mouth. Fatal 4-way match for a shot at the Universal Championship at No Mercy. Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Roman Reigns, and the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Strowman. It's a can't-miss episode of Monday Night Raw next week. And ladies and gentlemen, switching back to your arena, and it's the premier athlete, Tony Nese. He's set for one-on-one action tonight against a mystery opponent. He doesn't know who he's facing here. And it could be one of those three guys. Roman Reigns not in action tonight. Shinsuke Nakamura announced here tonight. Braun Strowman, you don't know where he is. It looks like Tony Nese is telling us something.
Let's count it out together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 reasons why I'm the premier athlete. 8 reasons why I'm better than each and every one of you.
And Tony Nese saying that there's 8 reasons why he's better than every one of us. And Tony Nese might be able to prove himself in this ring on Monday Night Raw. It's the first time we're seeing Tony Nese. And he's set for a match with anybody from the back. It's a mystery opponent. He hasn't been told his opponent here. Eric Bischoff just told him to go out and compete, as Tony Nese set for some in-ring action here on the red brand. There's a lot of potential. I see a lot of potential in Tony Nese as he's set to go one-on-one with a mystery opponent. And wait, oh man. And I think this is his mystery opponent. And it's the WWE Universal Champion, Dean Ambrose. And Dean Ambrose, he's going to have to watch that Fatal 4-Way match very, very, very carefully next week on Raw. As Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns all square off in a Fatal 4-Way match to determine who will face that man right there for his Universal Championship at No Mercy in Paris, as Dean Ambrose is set for some in-ring one-on-one competition here. Dean Ambrose, fresh off his successful championship defense against Chris Jericho at SummerSlam. And Ambrose is showing his desire to fight Roman Reigns one-on-one for that Universal Championship. And you know, Roman Reigns has been very vocal about getting his Universal Championship rematch. He hasn't gotten one yet, one-on-one. And Dean Ambrose set to go one-on-one with the premier athlete, Tony Nese. And it looks like the very arrogant, cocky Tony Nese. And Tony Nese rushing at Dean Ambrose. And wait a minute! Nese now! Boot right to the head. Oh, and a dragon screw. Dragon screw kick. And now Tony Nese has the world champion reeling here. And Tony Nese sweeping up the Universal Champion. And wait a minute. Tony Nese. But wait, Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is also quick in his own right. And Tony Nese, I think he's wowed everybody here in Los Angeles. As Dean Ambrose now, not gonna let up. Chops and punches right to the premier athlete. And Ambrose now, kick right to the gut, and drops the knee onto the head. The patella drop brain buster. And now Ambrose with rights to Tony Nese. And Ambrose, and look at Dean Ambrose saying that, looking at the barrel of a gun. And Tony Nese punch right to Ambrose, and a forearm by Nese. And wait a minute, Tony Nese tried to attack Ambrose, but Ambrose able to lift Tony Nese up and just hit him with a haymaker. And now Dean Ambrose knows who he's dealing with. Oh, a quick individual in Tony Nese. And that arm wrap back suplex by Ambrose. And now Ambrose has Tony Nese in a bad spot. And wait a minute, what is this? What is this? Has Tony Nese packaged. Has Tony Nese packaged, and oh my god! Oh my god! And Tony Nese is able, yes he is able to kick out, my god! From that, I don't know what to call it, packaged reverse powerbomb? But Dean Ambrose almost broke the neck of Tony Nese, could have broke the neck of Tony Nese. And look at Ambrose now slamming the head into that turnbuckle pad. The lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose trying to build momentum ahead of that fatal 4-way match next week, ahead of No Mercy. And now Ambrose has Nese near the forearm by Tony Nese. Nese with those bare elbows, but Ambrose comes back. Lunatic lariat by Dean Ambrose. And Ambrose now saying it's over. It's over for Tony Nese here. Is it over? Roll up, roll through. Ambrose now, dirty deeds. He psyched out Tony Nese. Psyched out Tony Nese with that dirty deeds, and Ambrose gets the victory. And Tony Nese, he gave a fight. Gave a fight to the world champion and Dean Ambrose. Ambrose probably wasn't expecting much of Tony Nese, but Tony Nese, in the beginning of this contest, he really gave it to Dean Ambrose. But a dirty deeds ends the hopes and dreams of Tony Nese here, as Dean Ambrose gains momentum ahead of No Mercy. And Dean Ambrose, he has 4 potential opponents. 4 guys I'd like to see him face for that Universal title, and look who it is. One of the 4 men, Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose have a lot of history. A lot of history that I can't go over right now. And Dean Ambrose staring, Roman Reigns staring. It's going to be a collision course next week on Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Monday Night Raw, and it is time for the King of Strong Style. And Shinsuke Nakamura is here, ahead of that fatal 4-way announcement. What the hell? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! It's Chris Jericho! And Chris Jericho just kicked Shinsuke Nakamura right in his head. And Nakamura was set to be in action here tonight. And Chris Jericho now. And Jericho with rights. Jericho with rights to Shinsuke Nakamura. And Nakamura being attacked by Chris Jericho and a code breaker. And I don't think Jericho is happy in the slightest. Happy in the slightest that Shinsuke Nakamura gets this opportunity for that Universal Championship. And you know how obsessed Chris Jericho is with the Universal title. And now Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura trying to fight back. But Jericho now. Insecurity by Jericho, and Jericho even more rights, and it's a brawl here on the stage. It's a brawl here on the stage, and Jericho code breaker, a second code breaker to Shinsuke Nakamura. Absolutely disgusting behavior by Chris Jericho. And ladies and gentlemen, we have to switch gears now. It appears that it's a placeholder match. Shinsuke Nakamura was set for one-on-one action, but now we get to see the Revival. And I think these guys have moved from NXT to Monday Night Raw as part of the Superstar Shakeup. Dash Wilder on the left, Scott Dawson on the right, former NXT Tag Team Champions. And they're set for some tag team action against Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. But before the break, you saw Shinsuke Nakamura was set to go one-on-one with someone, but Chris Jericho came from behind, and Chris Jericho spoiled the plans here for Monday Night Raw. So Eric Bischoff had to think on the fly, and Eric Bischoff has made a tag team match here tonight as Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado are going to take on the Revival, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson here. And the Revival gonna go set to go one-on-one against Metalik and Dorado here. And now the Revival, one half of the Revival, Dash Wilder with a foot right to the chest of Gran Metalik. And now that leg screw, my God. These guys, the Revival, they like to take out the legs. They like to take out the legs. They like to cut the ring in half. If you haven't seen any of their matches in NXT, I advise you to go ahead and watch some. Their battles with the Authors of Pain, their battles with TM61, with DIY, with American Alpha, Enzo and Cass. Oh, and Insecurity. Insecurity and Gran Metalik is in trouble. But ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jericho has the gall to do something like that, to attack Shinsuke Nakamura and just ruin the hopes and dreams of these people in Los Angeles to see Shinsuke Nakamura in action. But Gran Metalik now in the driver's seat, and Gran Metalik with a picture perfect corkscrew moonsault, and Dash Wilder's in trouble with a kick out at 2. Kick out at 2, and Lince Dorado now in the mix. But Dash Wilder able to get out of there. The Revival. These guys, they can do big things here on Monday Night Raw. I mean, European uppercut. European uppercut has Lince Dorado seeing stars here as Wilder and Dawson. Dash and Dawson now, and look at this. This is what I was talking about. Stop right to the knee. They like to cut the ring in half and just break you down from the bottom up. And now the Revival. Oh, Scott Dawson now in the ring. And you see the Revival. This is what they do. This is exactly what they do. And now look at this, pushing the knee, trying to push the knee out the socket here. Is Scott Dawson. They took Tommaso Ciampa out of action. And they can sure as hell take any of these two guys out of action. Especially Lince Dorado, who's in the ring with him. Oh, and a chop. Huge chop by Scott Dawson. But Lince Dorado now trying to make a comeback here. The speed of Lince Dorado. But Scott Dawson with the wherewithal. DDT spikes Lince Dorado. Spike Lince Dorado, and Lince Dorado barely getting out of that with a kick out at 2. And now Scott Dawson now! Chop block. Trying to take out the legs. And it's a great strategy by these guys. They're trying to bring back the territory days. They're kind of reactionaries, in a way. Trying to bring back the territory days of the Fabulous Freebirds. Oh, the Von Erichs. And now the Revival. They have Lince Dorado in a bad spot, cutting the ring in half. Got Gran Metalik out the mix. And now the Revival. Oh, and Lince Dorado, he needs help. He needs help very bad. As now Scott Dawson on the top rope. And look at this, leg drop. And Lince Dorado, he's just been through a war right now. And now Dawson gonna wrench with his Boston Crab here. Gonna wrench with the Boston Crab. Ooh. And Lince Dorado has just been worked on here. But Lince Dorado gonna try to make a comeback. Here. Drop kick. Drop Scott Dawson. And now Grand Metalik is in the mix. Grand Metalik in the match here. And now, could have knocked his head off with that short arm clothesline. And Scott Dawson almost took Grand Metalik's head off. Oh, right to the knees. Again, right to the knees. And Grand Metalik is in big, big trouble. In big trouble now, as Scott Dawson is going to tag in Stash Wilder. And the Shatter Machine! Shatter Machine! 1, 2, and it's curtains! And it is curtains as the Revival get their first win here on their first night. Here on Monday Night Raw. And this is just a glimpse, just a teaser of what you will see of these two men. Dash and Dawson in the Shatter Machine. And the Revival with a huge victory here on Monday Night Raw. Big victory for Dash and Dawson. And ladies and gentlemen, big show ahead of No Mercy in Paris, France. Raw Tag Team Champions Sheamus and Cesaro the Bar return to Monday Night Raw. And Alexa Bliss will take on Bayley, and the winner will face the WWE Women's Champion Charlotte Flair for that WWE Women's Championship at No Mercy. And the big match that everyone's been waiting for, Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, and Intercontinental Champion Braun Strowman. Fatal 4-way match to see who will face Dean Ambrose at No Mercy for that Universal Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, we have to switch gears. And here is Big Cass. And this crowd has been the life has been sucked out of the Staples Center because this man, Big Cass, has entered the building. And Big Cass really has to explain himself for what he has done at SummerSlam. Big Cass interfered in that street fight between Triple H and Seth Rollins, ending with Big Cass attacking Seth Rollins and allowing Triple H to get the victory over Seth Rollins, the Kingslayer, the Architect. And it's been questions for 2 weeks now. Why the hell has Big Cass done what he has done? And he's acting like nothing has happened. He's acting like nothing is wrong with what he has done. He had nothing to do with that match. He had no business being in that match, getting himself involved, and yet he got himself involved. And Big Cass now grabbing a microphone, and we gotta see what this man has to say. Absolutely disgusting behavior by Big Cass. And Big Cass, absolutely despicable words from this 7-foot giant. And wait a minute! Here is Big Cass's former, now tag team partner, Enzo Amore, and he's in the building here in the Staples Center. And the last time we seen Enzo Amore was that tag team match with the Bar. And Enzo and Cass, they lost in 30 seconds. To Sheamus and Cesaro, and Big Cass does not look happy. And he downed Enzo Amore. He put Enzo Amore down. He said he's used him. And now Enzo Amore, the trash talker, is going to have a lot to say to the big man. And you see Enzo Amore, he kind of looks emotional. Can't believe that. Enzo Amore calling Big Cass a fake friend. Oh, come on, Cass. And just the disrespect by Big Cass, disrespecting Enzo Amore. This is your friend, or so-called friend. And wait a minute! Enzo Amore just slapped the taste out of Big Cass's mouth! And Big Cass did not like that at all. Big Cass did not like the fact that Enzo Amore and Enzo Amore didn't like what Big Cass said. Slapped the taste out of Big Cass's mouth, and now Big Cass gonna assert his dominance on Enzo Amore. And Enzo Amore, he's out. He's out. Those right hands for Big Cass, they'll do a number for you. And Enzo Amore doesn't know what's going on here. And wait a minute, no. Come on, Cass. No, Cass. No! Oh! God, on the concrete! Power bomb right on that outside floor. And now Cass has Enzo up. East River Crossing. East River Crossing by Big Cass. And Big Cass, and wait a minute. It's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins making his way down to the ring here. The haymaker by Rollins. Haymaker by Seth. And now Seth Rollins gonna get his vengeance on Big Cass. Sling blade. And Rollins has been longing for this moment now for 8+ days. Rollins with an insecurity to Cass ever since SummerSlam. And Rollins now rebound off the ropes. And Rollins through the middle. And Seth Rollins now, Big Cass is seeing stars. And Rollins over the top, two-pin through Cena. And Seth Rollins, he's won his hands on Big Cass for so long. Ever since Big Cass put him through that table, Seth Rollins has won his hands on that man right there, Big Cass. And now Big Cass. And Big Cass now. And look at this. Big Cass not gonna spend any time around Seth Rollins. And now look at his jump in the barricade. And the disrespect by Big Cass. And it's exactly what he deserved. Exactly what Big Cass has deserved. And now we are set for the main event here tonight. And it will be Seth Rollins, bruised and battered. Seth Rollins going one-on-one with Daniel Bryan, the returning Daniel Bryan, might I add. It's been years since Daniel Bryan has stepped foot in a WWE ring. He had to retire on that sad, very sad special episode of Monday Night Raw. And now Bryan is back. Bryan had to set things straight with The Miz last week on Raw. And now Bryan has the ability to wrestle his first match back in almost 2 years, almost 3 years. It's been since Daniel Bryan has competed in a WWE ring. And Daniel Bryan gets the opportunity to go one-on-one with probably the best here on Monday Night Raw has to offer in Seth Rollins, the architect, the Kingslayer. Well, the former Kingslayer. And Daniel Bryan now. It's a big fight for Daniel Bryan. First match in almost 3 years for Daniel Bryan. And Seth Rollins, you see the bandage, the bandages, the tape, the wrist tape, the waist tape, from his war with Triple H. From that war with Triple H at SummerSlam, and you see the crowd here. The crowd here in Los Angeles giving their respects to the Yes Man and Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan turned his back on Seth Rollins. And now collar and elbow tie up two of the best wrestlers here in the world. Not even Monday Night Raw, not even the WWE, but in the world. As Daniel Bryan now has the wrist of Seth Rollins, excuse me. And now Rollins, both of these guys absolutely phenomenal athletes. Oh, drops the knee to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, former Universal Champion, rolled through by Daniel. And Daniel Bryan is Daniel Bryan rusty? That's the important question that has to be asked. It's been years since Daniel Bryan has been in a wrestling ring. Is Daniel Bryan rusty? Does he have a little rust on him? And knee right to the gut. And Daniel Bryan, absolutely phenomenal technical athlete, can rumble with the best of them. And Daniel Bryan now, headlock. Headlock is in. And Bryan, Seth Rollins, both of them get into their feet here, and a huge knee right to the head of Seth Rollins. Knee right to the face, and Seth Rollins wants some. And he got some, did Daniel Bryan. And now Rollins with the strikes, elbows, chops. Rollins now, super kick to the jaw. And kind of a rookie mistake by Daniel Bryan to egg on Seth Rollins like that in the Meteor Aurora, seated Meteor Aurora by the Architect. And you know Seth Rollins, he's not, you know his rivalry and his feud with Triple H, you know it's far from over. He still wants his hands on Triple H. And the stomps by Seth Rollins, the stomps by the Architect, and Daniel Bryan might just be in big trouble, might be out of his element. He might just be out of his element here as Seth Rollins has Daniel Bryan. And drops Bryan right on his head. And Bryan is seeing stars now as Seth Rollins sets Daniel Bryan down with that alley-oop. And Rollins kind of has way more, has had way more time. With a drop kick. That way, the last time that Seth Rollins has been in a wrestling ring was at SummerSlam. But the last time Daniel Bryan's been in a wrestling ring was 2, 3, 4 years ago. So, Seth Rollins might just have the advantage over Daniel Bryan, but over between the middle ropes goes Seth Rollins. And Bryan now full speed ahead between the middle rope, and he drops onto Seth Rollins. Drops onto Seth Rollins, the Architect. And Seth Rollins is in big, big trouble. Tiger suplex. Tiger suplex right on that floor. And now Daniel Bryan. But what Daniel Bryan has an advantage of Seth Rollins now. And just the rush. The rush by Daniel Bryan and the knee now. And Daniel Bryan really showing what he's made of. And Rollins has to use the ropes to get back on his feet here. And Daniel Bryan targeting the back. Now he's targeting the back. He sees the wrist tape. And that tape, the waist tape. He sees the waist tape as a target. You know, Rollins he was in that war with Triple H, that street fight, and kicked right to the gut, right where that waist tape is. And now Rollins having to fight out. Rollins has that bandage over his forehead and a knee right to the temple. Knee right to the temple by Seth Rollins. And Rollins now has Daniel Bryan on that middle rope, and Rollins with the agility, with the ability to do that, and the frog splash from the top rope. Landing square on the ribs of Daniel Bryan. Fatal splash, but the knees were bent. And Rollins landed awkwardly. He landed awkwardly right on his abdomen, right on his back. And now, from he landed on his back to that German suplex. And now Daniel Bryan rushing back to Rollins in the drop kicks. And Rollins, he might be in real big trouble. And now back to that torso. Torso's a big weapon, but Rollins trying to make a comeback, but Daniel Bryan stops him in his tracks. Running knee was stopped in his tracks as well. And both of these guys, they know each other very well in a drop kick though. They know each other very, very well. Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, and a German suplex this time. No release. Shoulders are down, and a kick out at 2. And Daniel Bryan through the middle rope. Through the middle rope onto Seth Rollins. And Daniel Bryan, and what I was talking about, that rust, just negate my entire statements earlier in this match, because Daniel Bryan, no rust on him. No rust on him at all. And a huge forearm by Rollins knocked the taste out of Daniel Bryan's mouth. And Rollins, no! Decapitator. Just the whiplash effect. And now the chop by Seth. Seth now. There goes Daniel Bryan over the top rope. And now Seth Rollins. What is Seth Rollins thinking here? Between the ropes goes Seth. And Seth Rollins now. Seth is now feeling the heat. And now Rollins lifting up Daniel Bryan. And my God, into the barricade. Into the barricade with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan went right into that barricade wall. And Daniel Bryan is in big trouble. Bryan landed right on that barricade wall. And Seth Rollins could have just ended Daniel Bryan's career right there. And now has Daniel Bryan up. Wait, Falcon Zero, but nobody was there. Daniel Bryan with the wherewithal. And look at this. Yes, Lock. Yes, Lock is in. Yes, Lock is in. And Seth Rollins could tap. Look at that bending. Bending, stretching Seth Rollins out. The torso being stretched. And Rollins able to get out of it. Get out of it before it's too late. You either tap, nap, or snap. And now Rollins. And look at this. Love Match Straw. Love Match Straw pin. Shoulders are down. Seth Rollins might have him. Seth Rollins might have Daniel Bryan beat. But a kick out at 2. Back and forth contest. And now Bryan rolling up Seth Rollins. I'm lost for words. Kick out though by Rollins. Back and forth main event. And a kick right to the back of the head. Kick right to the back of the head. And now Daniel Bryan and this crowd in the Staples Center are on their feet for the American Dragon. Kick right to the back of the head again. And Seth Rollins is definitely seeing stars. Northern Light suplex. And these two guys are two of the best here on the Monday Night Raw brand, under the Monday Night Raw banner. Two of the best athletes to ever step in a ring, in a knee by Seth Rollins. Very high knee by Seth. And now Seth Rollins, I think Seth Rollins is making a mistake with those taped ribs. With those taped ribs! Superplex! And Rollins with the wherewithal to get up! And the Falcon Zero! The wherewithal to get up despite taped ribs! And a kick out at 2! Seth Rollins is lost for words. I'm lost for words. These two men giving it their all here on Monday Night Raw. Spinal tap by Rollins. And Seth Rollins might be inching closer to beating Daniel Bryan in the Pele kick. Pele kick by Seth. And Seth now, Abracadabra, super kick. Abracadabra, super kick by Seth. And now Seth Rollins is looking to finish this. Looking to finish this fight with Daniel Bryan. And now, there goes Bryan. And Rollins over the top! Oh! Over the top! And Seth Rollins. Hey, wait a minute! Big Cass! And that's Big Cass and he's back! Big Cass is back in a knee right to the temple. Knee right to the temple by Big Cass. And this match has been thrown out by our official. This match has been thrown out and oh, God. Right on those ribs. The taped ribs of Seth Rollins. And wait, that's The Miz. And The Miz is here. And Big Cass now is going to lay waste to Seth Rollins. One side of the ring, Big Cass and Seth Rollins, the other side of the ring, Daniel Bryan and The Miz. And wait a minute, East River crossing. An East River crossing to Seth Rollins. Just even with the taped ribs. Big Cass is despicable. Despicable human being is Big Cass. Colin Cassidy, whatever the hell you want to call him. And look at this on the outside in a superplex by The Miz. On to Daniel Bryan. And what an epic main event turned into a no contest here. And now The Miz gonna bash Daniel Bryan's skull onto that ring post. And you know Daniel Bryan's issues with concussions. And I think The Miz just simply wants to end Daniel Bryan's career. No, not on the outside. Not on the outside! Skull-crushing finale on the outside floor! What kind of man is this? And now back inside the ring, The Miz brought Daniel Bryan back inside the ring, only to hit the skull-crushing finale. And this main event turned into complete, utter mayhem. And The Miz happy of what he has done.